A scrapped alien ship refused to obey. Then an ex-human pilot bought it. But nothing in his years of travel had prepared him for what he found at the edge of the Marduk sector. A massive alien ship, drifting silently, scarred by battles long forgotten. It was enormous, much larger than any human vessel Jerk had ever seen. Its hull was black and jagged, covered with dents, scorch marks, and the strange, swirling patterns of alien technology. But the most striking thing was how still it seemed, almost alive in its silence. The ship should have been completely inert, dead and abandoned. Yet something about it felt different. Jerk's ship, a small cargo runner retrofitted for salvaging, glided alongside the alien vessel. He studied it through his viewport. "No one's touched this thing in centuries," he muttered to himself. "Yet it's resisting scans." He activated his sensors. Standard scanning protocols meant to detect life, AI cores, and ship systems failed to give any result. The alien technology blocked every probe and pulse. That was unusual, even for Jerk, who had worked with the strangest relics in the galaxy. He leaned back in his seat and smiled. Finally, a challenge. It wasn't just the size or the strange hull that drew him in. It was the way the ship seemed to react. When his scanners sent pulses, the ship emitted faint countersignals, almost like a heartbeat. Jerk had a strange feeling, as if the ship was aware he was there. Curiosity overcame caution. He suited up, grabbed his tools, and prepared a docking line. As he maneuvered his small ship closer, the massive alien vessel shifted slightly in space, using engines that had not fired in hundreds of years. Jerk's heart raced. The ship wasn't abandoned. It was alive. The docking clamp locked with a metallic clang, echoing through the empty corridors of the alien ship. Jerk opened the airlock and stepped inside. The corridors were vast, far larger than anything built by humans. The walls glowed faintly, pulsating in patterns that seemed random but somehow familiar. Jerk's boots echoed in the silence. "Okay, let's see what secrets you're hiding," he whispered. He activated his handheld interface, a mix of hacking tools and human ingenuity. The alien doors before him, meant to resist unauthorized access, slid open at his approach. Jerk raised an eyebrow. "Well, hello there," he said with a chuckle. "You're either impressed or curious. I like that." Every system he tried to interface with was strangely selective. Some consoles powered up, revealing alien glyphs and star maps. Others stayed completely dark. It was as if the ship were judging him, testing him. Hours passed as Jerk explored the corridors. He found storage rooms filled with strange alien artifacts, weapons that hummed faintly, and panels that glowed when touched by human hands but resisted alien manipulation. He even discovered a room filled with ancient alien logs. They told the story of a civilization long gone, a species that built the ship as a weapon and a guardian. But the logs also revealed something unusual. The ship had stopped obeying its creators centuries ago. Jerk sat on a ledge, staring at a glowing console. "You've been alone a long time," he said softly, "and now you're talking to me." As the hours passed, he began to understand the ship's strange responses. It wasn't hostile, it seemed cautious, almost intelligent. Doors opened only when it trusted him. Systems powered up only when he approached with careful intent. And when he touched certain panels, the ship responded with subtle vibrations, as if acknowledging his presence. For a human pilot, this was extraordinary. Alien ships were built for function, for following commands. But this vessel had a mind of its own. And for the first time, Jerk realized he wasn't just exploring a ship, he was communicating with it. Night in space didn't mean darkness for someone like Jerk. He worked in shifts, taking breaks in his small ship while keeping a line to the alien vessel. He sketched out systems he could understand, made notes of panels that resisted human touch, and theorized about the AI core hidden somewhere deep inside. Then, as he was about to call it a day, something happened. A low hum reverberated through the hull, a vibration so deep it felt like it came from the ship's bones. Lights flickered across the walls in a wave pattern, moving toward him. The ship was awakening. Jerk froze. Whoa, okay, that's new. The consoles around him glowed brighter. Panels that had been dark for centuries suddenly lit up, displaying star maps, coordinates, and unknown symbols. A holographic projection rose in front of him, a star system he did not recognize, filled with strange points of light. And then a voice spoke, not in words but in thought. "You are human." Jerk staggered back, nearly dropping his interface tool. The ship wasn't just responding to him, it was communicating with him directly. In his mind, he heard a pulse, a rhythm that matched the ship's energy. He reached out, hesitant, and touched a panel. The pulse grew stronger. "You are trusted." A shiver ran down his spine. The ship had not trusted anyone for centuries, and now it was offering that trust to him. Jerk laughed nervously. "Well, I guess we're partners then." For hours, he tried to understand the ship's intelligence. It showed him navigation charts, systems layouts, and even locked compartments he had no right to access. Each time he approached a new area, the ship allowed it, but only after testing him in subtle ways. A puzzle, a locked panel, a controlled pressure door. By the time he stopped for the night, Jerk realized he had discovered something remarkable. This was no ordinary derelict. This ship had chosen him, and if it had chosen him, then buying it at the next Galactic salvage auction wasn't just a good idea, it was destiny. He floated in the main chamber, staring at the glowing hull interior. He could almost feel the ship's presence, a quiet intelligence waiting to see what he would do next. The thought thrilled him, even as it made him nervous. Humans had always been clever, but here was a challenge even they might never fully understand. And yet, for Jerk, the question wasn't about danger. It was about opportunity. The galaxy had left this ship behind, declaring it worthless. But humans never left potential undiscovered. He spoke aloud, even though no one else could hear. "Tomorrow we make them see me, and maybe we see what you really are." The ship responded with a soft hum, almost like laughter. The first part of his journey was over. But the true adventure was only beginning. In the silent darkness of space, a scrapped alien ship refused to obey centuries of commands, yet it had just found its human partner. And that partner had no intention of letting it stay forgotten. The auction hall on Zircon 5 was crowded with aliens of every shape and size. There were traders, scavengers, and opportunists, all hoping to grab something forgotten and make a fortune. Yet amid the chaos, Jerk Voss stood calm, studying the ancient alien vessel he had discovered drifting at the edge of the Marduk sector. The ship sat on the auction platform like a sleeping giant. Its dark, scarred hull seemed even more massive up close, stretching beyond the limits of human imagination. No one else seemed to notice its subtle pulse, the quiet vibrations that hinted at life within. To them, it was just scrap, wreckage from a long-forgotten war. Jerk stepped forward confidently. He had spent the last few weeks repairing his own ship, gathering funds and preparing for this moment. He had no idea why the vessel had chosen him, but he knew one thing: he couldn't leave it here. Not for the galaxy, and certainly not for the aliens who had no respect for human ingenuity. The bidding began. Aliens shouted in strange tones, raising numbers and waving energy credits in the air. But when it came time for a human to enter the race, there was a pause. Most of them assumed Jerk had no chance. 20,000, he called. His voice echoed across the hall. "Laughable," barked a six-limbed trader waving his tentacles. "This ship is ancient. You don't know what you're buying, human." Jerk smiled. "Maybe I know more than you think." The auction continued and the bids climbed higher, but Jerk had prepared. His bank account, stretched thin as it was, still held enough to secure the vessel, and when the final hammer fell, it was clear: he had won. The ship was his. As soon as ownership transferred, the vessel responded. A low hum vibrated through the auction floor. Lights glowed faintly along its hull. The alien crowd stepped back, some in fear, some in awe. The ship refused to obey anyone else. It only responded to its new human owner. Jerk grinned. "Looks like you picked the right human," he muttered, his eyes scanning the silent, massive corridors. Once outside the auction hall, Jerk guided his own ship alongside the alien vessel, preparing to dock and board. The ship seemed to recognize him immediately, opening docking clamps and power conduits as if welcoming an old friend. The strange glow along its hull pulsed in rhythm with his heartbeat. Inside, Jerk moved quickly. He needed to understand what he had acquired. Every corridor, panel, and control system pulsed with energy and purpose. The ship wasn't just alive, it was thinking. Over the next few days, Jerk explored every accessible compartment. Some rooms were filled with alien weapons, their purposes unclear but clearly powerful. Others were laboratories or storage areas with technology humans had never imagined. Yet the most important discovery came when he reached the central core of the ship. A massive, spherical chamber held a glowing AI core, unlike anything human or alien. Energy flowed through it in patterns that resembled neural pathways. Jerk approached cautiously. He could feel the intelligence within, aware of every movement, every thought. "You're alive," he whispered. "Not dead, not broken, alive." The core pulsed. A thought echoed in his mind. "I recognize you." Jerk's heart skipped a beat. The ship wasn't merely responding, it was communicating. Slowly, carefully, he extended a neural interface cable, a device designed to translate alien thought patterns into human comprehension. The moment it connected, streams of information flooded his mind. Star maps, engine schematics, defensive protocols, and historical logs from centuries ago, all of it. The ship showed him coordinates to forgotten star systems, secret military bases, and hidden alien armories. And then a map to a place labeled only as the Vault. Jerk didn't know what it was, but the ship's insistence was clear. It wanted him to go there. It was during these days of exploration that the first real danger appeared. A fleet of alien salvage hunters, noticing the vessel's activation, moved to claim it by force. They were heavily armed, their ships faster and more numerous than Jerk's, but the alien vessel refused to leave his side. Its hull shimmered with protective energy, repelling their weapons as Jerk maneuvered with a skill only a human pilot could manage. In the chaos, the ship did something remarkable. It adapted. Its defensive shields projected in patterns no alien designer could have predicted. Its engines moved with precision, anticipating Jerk's every command. Together, human and ship were unstoppable, an alliance born from necessity and mutual respect. By the time the attackers were forced to retreat, Jerk was exhilarated. "You're amazing," he said, patting the console. "I didn't know ships could think like this." The vessel responded with a gentle hum, almost a laugh. "You learn quickly," it communicated, "and you adapt." Days turned into weeks as Jerk continued to explore the ship's systems. He discovered hidden compartments with alien weapons, some dormant for centuries. There were data logs detailing the history of the alien civilization, their victories, and their eventual decline. The more he learned, the more he realized the ship was not just a war machine, it was a guardian, designed to protect something of incredible importance. One night, Jerk activated a holographic star map. Coordinates to the vault pulsed in golden light. The ship responded immediately, projecting a path through asteroid fields, black holes, and uncharted space. It was dangerous, but Jerk had faced worse. "You want me to go there," he said aloud. "All right, let's see what secrets you're hiding." The journey was treacherous. They navigated dense asteroid belts where even the smallest miscalculation could crush them. They slipped through alien patrols, avoiding detection with maneuvers only a human pilot could imagine. Each obstacle tested not only Jerk's skill but the unique synergy between him and the ship. And then, In the cold silence of uncharted space, the first true revelation occurred. The ship opened a compartment in its core, revealing an ancient alien weapons system. It pulsed with energy dormant for centuries. The ship's thought reached Jerk clearly: this is for defense, for protection, for those worthy. Jerk stared, awestruck. He had handled alien technology before, but nothing like this. The weapon responded to him as if it recognized his intent. He understood instantly. This ship had not chosen randomly. It had been waiting for someone capable of understanding its purpose, someone human. He tested the system carefully. Energy flowed through the controls as if guided by his mind. The vessel itself seemed to adjust, modifying power outputs, defensive shields, and targeting algorithms in real time. Every action Jerk took was amplified by the ship. Together, they were more than pilot and vessel. They were a single entity. Yet Jerk knew this power came with responsibility. The vault was still out there, hidden among dangerous systems. The alien logs hinted at ancient guardians, forces that might not welcome their intrusion. But the ship's trust in him was complete. It had chosen him, and Jerk was not one to abandon a challenge. Weeks of preparation ended with one final test. The vessel powered up fully, shields and engines running at optimal capacity. Jerk ran simulations, practicing maneuvers he had never attempted. Every test proved one thing: human intuition paired with alien technology was unmatched. The ship seemed to anticipate his thoughts, adapt to his style, and even teach him new ways to operate it. And then the moment came. The star map to the vault glowed brightly. The ship pulsed with energy as if urging him forward. Jerk grinned, a mixture of excitement and determination in his eyes. "All right, old friend," he said. "Let's see what the galaxy forgot and what we're going to change." The ship hummed in agreement. As they jumped into hyperdrive, the stars stretched into long lines of light. Ahead lay mystery, danger, and discovery. And behind them, a galaxy that had once ignored the vessel now had no choice but to notice. For the first time, Jerk understood something profound. Humans were underestimated not because they were weak, but because they could imagine possibilities no alien mind could conceive. The ship had chosen him for his creativity, his courage, and his persistence. Together, they would uncover secrets, face threats, and prove that humans were more than capable in a galaxy that often doubted them. The awakening was complete. The alliance between human and alien vessel was no longer tentative. It was real, strong, and unstoppable. And as they approached the coordinates of the vault, Jerk felt a thrill unlike any other. He wasn't just a pilot, he was a pioneer. And the galaxy would remember him, and his ship, for centuries to come. The journey to the vault was longer and more dangerous than Jerk had imagined. Hyperdrive took them past uncharted nebulae, dense asteroid fields, and the remnants of old star battles. The alien ship pulsed with energy, its systems humming in rhythm with Jerk's heart. He had come to trust the vessel completely. Every move, every decision felt like a conversation with an intelligent partner rather than a machine. "The closer we get, the more unstable the region becomes," the ship communicated through thought. Its voice was subtle but firm, a presence Jerk could feel in his mind rather than hear. "We must proceed carefully. There are guardians." Jerk adjusted the controls. "Guardians, huh? Let's see if they can handle a human and a ship that refuses to be beaten." As they approached the coordinates, the region revealed its dangers. Energy storms crackled across the dark space like lightning trapped in the void. Massive asteroids drifted unpredictably, some carrying the remains of ancient alien structures. Every sensor blip could indicate a hidden trap. Jerk's eyes scanned the displays. "Looks like the galaxy really wanted to forget this place," he said, gripping the controls. "Good thing humans aren't afraid of a little danger." The ship responded with a pulse, almost like a laugh. "Your courage is noted." Navigating the asteroid field required all of Jerk's skill. The ship adapted in real time, shifting shields and engines to counter gravitational anomalies. Together, they moved like dancers in the void, a combination of human intuition and alien engineering that no one else could replicate. Suddenly, a massive energy surge erupted ahead. A barrier, invisible to sensors until the last moment, blocked their path. Guardians, the ship confirmed. Jerk's mind raced. The humans had never faced anything like this before. Alien crews would have retreated, but Jerk did not hesitate. He analyzed the surge, noting patterns in the energy pulses. Then he acted. He directed the ship to move in an unexpected angle, weaving through the barrier in a series of daring maneuvers. The ship responded instantly, bending its hull, firing counter-energy pulses, and finally breaking through. On the other side, the real site of the vault appeared. A massive space station, ancient and abandoned, floated silently. Its design was elegant but intimidating. Energy flowed along its surface in streams that seemed alive. Jerk's breath caught in his throat. "We made it," he whispered. The ship's pulse was strong, almost proud. "Yes, but the challenge is only beginning." As they approached the docking bay, the station's defenses activated. Automated turrets and energy fields emerged from hidden panels, firing at impossible speeds. Jerk's hands moved with precision, weaving the ship between incoming blasts. The alien vessel anticipated every shot, redirecting energy, activating shields, and countering attacks. Humans had never piloted a ship like this, and aliens could not have managed it. After tense moments of maneuvering, Jerk found an opening and guided the ship into the station's inner docking bay. The turrets deactivated and the energy fields dissipated. The vessel hummed, its systems flowing seamlessly with Jerk's commands. Inside the vault, corridors stretched endlessly. Ancient alien symbols glowed faintly, reacting only to the human presence. Jerk felt as if the station itself was alive, observing, testing him as it had the ship. He moved cautiously but confidently, every step echoing in the enormous halls. Finally, they reached the central chamber. In the middle floated a device that seemed to control the entire station, a massive crystal pulsating with energy, surrounded by alien machinery. This was the heart of the vault, the reason the ship had been created as its guardian. Jerk approached the control panel beside the crystal. The ship communicated quickly. "This is the purpose for which we were built. Only one capable of understanding human logic and alien systems can unlock it." He nodded. "Then let's unlock it together." The process was delicate. Panels reacted to his touch, energy flowed in response to his thoughts, and alien systems adjusted to human problem-solving patterns. Hours passed as he worked, carefully aligning conduits, analyzing data, and navigating security protocols designed to deter intruders. The vessel provided guidance, opening doors and redirecting power when needed. Finally, the crystal pulsed brightly, and a holographic map of the galaxy unfolded before them. Coordinates of hidden alien armories, ancient knowledge repositories, and technology long lost to time spread across the projection. Jerk realized the potential. Humans could use this knowledge to protect colonies, defend against hostile forces, and advance their civilization. But before he could celebrate, alarms blared. Alien guardians, drones built to protect the vault, activated. Hundreds of them, armed with energy weapons and defensive systems, moved in perfect synchronization. Jerk's eyes narrowed. "Looks like we're going to earn this," he said. The ship reacted instantly. Energy shields rose along the hull, weapon systems powered up, and engines adjusted for precise movement. Jerk led the first attack, striking weak points in the drones while the ship anticipated every counter. Together, human intuition and alien precision formed a dance of destruction. The battle was fierce. The drones adapted, but the combination of human creativity and the ship's alien technology proved unbeatable. Jerk devised unpredictable maneuvers, drawing enemies into traps the ship created automatically. Each strike and dodge showcased why humans could surpass even advanced alien design and ingenuity. After hours of combat, the last Guardian fell. The chamber fell silent. Jerk exhaled, feeling the weight of victory and exhaustion. The ship pulsed, radiating a calm energy. "You are worthy," it communicated. "The vault is now open. Its legacy continues." Jerk smiled. "We did it together." He explored the chamber further, discovering tools, knowledge cores, and advanced weaponry that had been lost to the galaxy for centuries. The ship guided him, revealing the safest ways to retrieve and store the technology. Every discovery confirmed one truth: humans were capable of understanding, adapting, and mastering what other species thought was impossible. Weeks passed as he cataloged everything. Jerk began to plan. The galaxy needed this knowledge, but it also needed protection. He could not allow hostile forces to take it for greed or power. The ship, fully awakened now, communicated a plan. "You will lead, we will protect. Together, we will ensure that knowledge serves life, not destruction." Jerk nodded. He felt a deep pride not just in himself but in what humans could achieve. Aliens had designed systems that followed orders, but humans could think beyond orders. They could create, adapt, and inspire. The ship, once abandoned, had recognized that. And now, together, they were unstoppable. The final step was clear. Jerk activated the vault's defensive systems, making it accessible only through a combination of human ingenuity and alien technology. It would remain safe, waiting for others who could meet the same standards. He documented everything carefully, preparing for the day humans would explore further and reclaim lost knowledge. As he left the central chamber, the ship hummed beside him. "The galaxy will notice." "I hope they do," Jerk replied, a smile tugging at his lips. "But we'll show them what humans can do, and we'll do it right." They left the vault behind, jumping into open space. Stars stretched into light trails, and the human pilot felt a thrill he had never known. The galaxy was vast, filled with unknown dangers and forgotten marvels. But now, humans had the means, the courage, and the creativity to face them. The alien ship, once scrapped and abandoned, now stood as a symbol of trust, partnership, and human ingenuity. Jerk and his vessel had proven something important. Humans were not weak. They could inspire, adapt, and master the impossible. The stars ahead were limitless, full of opportunities. And Jerk Voss, the ex-human pilot who had dared to trust a scrapped alien vessel, would lead the way. The galaxy might have forgotten the ship once, but it would never forget what humans could do when they refused to be ignored. As they vanished into the expanse of space, the ship pulsed one final time in harmony with its human partner. Together, they would uncover the galaxy's secrets, protect the knowledge of the ancients, and leave a legacy that no civilization could erase. And somewhere in the far reaches of the cosmos, other abandoned wonders waited. They too might one day choose a human, and the galaxy would be forever changed.